It's 20 to 9. Now, for the first time in its 85-year history, Newcastle City Hall is going to bear a plaque commemorating the life and work of a North East musician.
Alan Hall played at the City Hall more than 120 times, both on his own and as part of legendary Tyneside band Lindisfarne. He put Newcastle on the map with songs like these.
And the fog on the Tyne is all mine, all mine. The fog on the Tyne is all mine. The fog on the Tyne is all mine, all mine. The fog on the Tyne is all mine. But it's all right, Lady Eleanor. Run for home, run as fast as I can. Whoa, running mad, running for home.
Lindisfarne, but getting this English Heritage plaque hasn't been an easy thing to do. This is what Henry Murison from Newcastle City Council told John and Anne on BBC Newcastle.
When people like from Lord Kinnock to Chiamura were sort of saying to us that this was a special case, I think they were quite right. I mean, obviously, normally you would put this on someone's home. Obviously, in this case, the birthplace of this particular person isn't still available for us to use. And actually, that shouldn't be a barrier to remembering what they contributed to the North East of Newcastle and more generally, songs.
His former manager, Barry McKay, has been lobbying the council for it for 6 years, and Barry's on the phone now. Morning, Barry.
Good morning.
What was the problem with putting up a plaque?
Well, normally with English heritage plaques, which this one isn't, the plaque would go on someone's home. Alan was born in Sutton Dwellings in Benwell. That's since been demolished. Because of Alan's contribution to Tyneside, a lot of his friends and quite a lot of politicians who remember the socialist life that Alan lived felt it would be most appropriate for a plaque to go on the City Hall, but certain people didn't think so 6 years ago, hence the campaign.
So there were a lot of technical issues, but you succeeded in making Alan Hall a special case.
Well, with a lot of help, I got a terrific letter from Lord Kinnock, who said that there should be a permanent and very visible memorial to Alan Hull in Newcastle, because in Alan's life and work, he was such an inspiration to countless people who shared his convictions of freedom and justice. And Neil Kinnock said his music delighted, it intrigued, it was always full of humanitarian purpose, and it had a marvellous mixture of gravity and humour. And it's comments like that that have made people think, well, hang on a second, this isn't just anyone who's appeared at Newcastle City Hall once or twice. Alan appeared with Lindisfarne actually getting on towards 140 times, I believe, but also he did a lot for Newcastle.
Well, congratulations on finally getting this decision after such a long time. Alan's bandmate, drummer Ray Laidlaw, joins us now. What sort of fellow was Alan? Obviously special.
Very special. He was a complicated man. He was a delight, and he was an irritation in equal measures. But the most important thing about Alan, from his writing point of view, was he was a man of the people. He never forgot his roots. He could speak from the point of view of an ordinary bloke, because he always considered himself to be an ordinary bloke. And in these days, where people get celebrity for naught at all, I think it's fantastic that a person who created such a huge body of work as Alan is actually getting recognised by the people, by his peers.
If he wasn't an ordinary bloke, what would he have made of all this hullabaloo, all this campaign, and finally the plaque itself?
Oh, he'd have quite enjoyed it. I mean, don't get me wrong. He thought he was, he had a very high opinion of himself. So he should. He was very, very good. He was a brilliant songwriter. But I think he'd be pleased it's where it is. But he probably suggested they call it Newcastle City Hull. Something like that. He liked that place. It was his favourite. I mean, I played with him all over the world. We played everywhere with the band. A lot of people around here maybe forget or just didn't realise. The band was an international band. We played all over the place. But because we still lived here, like a lot of musicians from this part of the world don't stay living here. They go and live somewhere else. Because we still lived here, we became part of the furniture. So a lot of the people around here didn't realise the success of the band in other parts of the world.
So the City Hall for you, when you came home to do gigs, must have been almost like a pub gig, or a very special, intimate gig.
I was playing there 2 weeks ago, and with the Sunday for Sammy show, and I was sitting up there on my drum kit, looking at the whole audience up on their feet when we finished that show with Run for Home, one of Alan's best songs. And I know exactly what you mean. I mean, Alan and I used to have this little joke sometimes. You know, we felt such a sense of ownership of that place. We'd be wandering through town, maybe going to a meeting or going for a pint or going to the match or something like that, and we'd see trucks outside, some band on, and we'd, oh, one day it was on, and then we'd have a quick look and think, oh, not very keen on them. You know, what they're doing in our hall, you know. We're just taking it a bit personally. But on the other hand, if you saw somebody like Brian Wilson or you saw somebody like Ian Dury, then it was fantastic. Welcome to our space, you know.
And some of the people who supported this campaign, we heard about Neil Kinnock there, but a lot of North East stars as well have lent a hand.
Jimmy Nail wrote a beautiful piece, Mark Knopfler did, Tim Healy, a lot of people like that, you know. I know Sting's very supportive. I was speaking to him the other week at his musical. He was always in private anyway, always tells me how much we were an inspiration to him. You know, so it's because, you know, it's like the animals were to us and the shadows were to us. You know, if those lads can do it, we can do it.
Always great to have you in and to speak about anything, Ray, because you're such an entertainer, but this is a special day.
I'd just like to say it's perfect timing as well. It's almost 40 years to the day since Fog on the Tyne was the #1 album in this country.
Not 40 years.
40 years, I'm afraid.
Wow.
We don't look at doing.
Hearing? No.
To which day, as in
almost,
the next
it was
week,
round about now. I can't remember the exact date, but round about now. We were in San Francisco at the time, but I remember it was spring 1972.
Do you ever get bored of hearing that?
No.
Never.
Of course not.
Never.
No, it's fantastic.
You talk about going to the match, and for everybody, I mean, you've got 50,000 people there still singing.
Well, I remember talking to Mark once, and he said, you know, it's getting smashing. He says they play Local Hero when they come out. I say, but they play Run for Home when they go home.
Yeah. Hey. Superb. Ray Lilloth, thank you very much.